So then, you've got your driving test in 2 weeks, and it just suddenly dawns on you that you got one more lesson, or maybe 2 lessons, or if you're having a couple of lessons in the week, you've got a few more lessons before it comes, and you start to get the butterflies, you start to panic, you start to think about, oh God, what happens if I do this? What happens if I do that? And all sorts of things start running through your mind, and it starts to mess you up a little bit. You might even get a situation where you'll be having your lesson before your driving test a week before, and it's the worst lesson you've ever had. Everything's gone wrong. You can't pull off. You're forgetting to check your right shoulder. You're stalling. You're holding back on the clutch and making the car rev up. Silly little things like that. Or you're pulling off in the wrong gear, or you're going around corners in third or fourth gear. It should be in second. All these little silly things that people do week before the test, they'll crop up. And you've got to say to yourself, right, what can we do? Stick to basics. Keep it simple. Don't try and complicate things. Just keep reminding yourself that you're supposed to put you in for your test because you're good enough. You've been learning. You've been having lessons. Some people take 25, 35, 45, 55 hours to take the driving test. Everyone's different. Depends on the hours that you take, but whatever how many hours you take, if you think you're ready and your instructor thinks you're ready, then you probably are going to be ready. So you've got to keep cool, not worry about the nerves to get into you. Try and concentrate on the simple things like moving off, how to move off correctly, how to stop correctly. Think about your manoeuvres. It's only a small part of your driving test, but you need to know your manoeuvres. You need to be able to park on the right safely and move off safely. You need to be able to reverse into a parking space safely and drive back out. You need to be able to drive into a parking space. You need to be able to parallel park safely. So all the 4 manoeuvres you need to be able to learn. The emergency stop, you need to be able to do that as well, because 1 in 4 get given that. So do remember, it's only a part of the test, but these are the things that you should be saying to yourself, right, I know I can do all these things, so if I can do them, then that's fine. I know I can drive, because my instructor keeps telling me, you're okay, just stop getting worried about it. You've got to keep saying to yourself, I can do all this, so I know that part of it's fine. Now, what can you do on the day of your test to make it easier? Well, make sure that you eat, get some water down, take some water along. I've probably seen it on some of my past videos, bring a bottle of water along, so that when you're waiting to go into the test centre, you can have a little drink of water so that you don't get thirsty. If just say for instance you get a weak bladder and you've got to go to the toilet 10 minutes before your test, then fine. That little bit of spare time being a test, go into the test centre and have a wee, whatever you want to do, just to take that pressure off you. And remember, your driving licence, you need to bring that along. And there's also when you're at a test centre, just kind of try not to get too worked up about other people doing things wrong around you. Concentrate on what you need to be doing safely, because everyone else who's going to be there is going to be doing silly mistakes. You'd be surprised. You'll turn up. Just say your test is at 10:14 in the daytime, and you'll turn up there, and test centres usually say to you, don't turn up until 5 minutes before you start your test. God, so you wait outside, and then it gets like 5 minutes before, and everyone's driving in. So you suddenly drive in, and there's 3 or 4 cars in front of you, all these learners who just got in just before you, about 30 seconds earlier, and you're in a queue. Now, this is what you can do. You keep an eye on the time. If it's getting to the point where you're thinking, God, I've got 2 more cars, and I really need some test centre, fine. Handbrake neutral, swap over the seats. Say to the instructor, I'm going to go into the test centre, I'm going to wait in the waiting room, you park the car for me. Simple as that. Nothing wrong with that. And then when you're in the waiting room, he's parking the car or she's parking the car for you, so you can even go to the toilet if you have to. And when the examiner comes out, they're going to be chatting to you for the next 30 seconds to a minute, so by the time they've done that, if you're walking outside the door and your car's still getting parked, you've got to do your eyesight test, haven't you? And then by the time you get to the car's parked up, the examiner's going to understand it if your car's getting still parked up, because the sign says don't turn up till 5 minutes earlier. So if you're waiting in a queue of 5 or 6 cars, try not to worry about it. Just let your instructor park the car for you, and you go and sit down. Okay, so It's not an hard video, it's just trying to remind you that you're all right, you can do this. Good luck with your driving test, try not to worry.